Hello there, my name is Luke and welcome to my 750 subscriber Q&A. It's an unbelievable number to get to 750. You guys have got me there. Thank you so much. When I started this channel, the dream, absolute dream, was to get to 1,000, and to think that we're 3/4 of the way there, it is amazing. I did not expect to get this far. So I asked you guys for some questions both on YouTube and over on Twitter at Nonleague UT. I'll put a link in the description to my Twitter, so I'm going to be answering them right now. And if you're new around here and want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, then remember to click that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. So I've got my laptop here to read the questions off, so I'm going to answer the first one now. The first one is from Thomas Boyle, who says, who would you like to survive relegation out of Worcester, Gainsborough or Stalybridge? So this question was asked a few weeks ago, back when the relegation battle was still really tight, but it looks like it's now down to Gainsborough and Worcester. At Stalybridge, they are now mathematically relegated. So between those two, definitely Worcester, because they're a local team, and the derby between us and Worcester is really exciting. The atmosphere is really good, so I'd much rather Worcester stay up just for that derby, and that is only if we stay in the National League North next season. Obviously, if we get promoted, Harriers get promoted to the National League, then that derby won't happen in the league. So overall, I'd like Worcester to stay up. The next question is from Daisy Vlogs, who says, what's been the best game this season for Harriers? So for me, the best game was actually a draw. It's a rare draw. We don't draw many games. It was a 3-3 draw versus AFC Fylde earlier in the season. I thought it was October, November, that sort of time. It ended 3-3. It was absolutely unbelievable, that game. We went 1-0 up, then Fylde pulled it back to 1-1 at half time. Then I think we went 2-1 up, and then Fylde got 2 to take it to 3-2, and then we got a really late equaliser through Keith Lowe in the 88th minute or something. The atmosphere, it was such a big game. It was such an awesome match, and yeah, I absolutely loved that game. I'd say that's the best game this season. Well, definitely in terms of atmosphere and in terms of entertainment as well. It was awesome because it was just two really good teams battling it out. So the next question is from the mighty Jingle Slave. I'm in a salt mine. Very interesting username, but he's a Harriers fan and he's been commenting on my videos and watching my videos for quite a while, so fair play to him. He says, who do you think has been the best player for Kidderminster? So I'm guessing that means this season. Well, I voted for James McQuilkin as the player of the season because his work rate and his general contribution to the team, he's got something like 19 assists and 7 goals or something from central midfield. He's been so consistent all season. He is an absolutely brilliant player, and he did sign a new contract for next season last week, which is absolutely awesome. I literally just screamed yes when I saw that news. So yeah, I was absolutely delighted, and I would say that he has been the best player for us this season. In terms of actual natural ability, I would have to give it to Elton Nguatala because he shows the flashes that he is an unbelievable talent. He just needs to have a better all-round game. The next question is from Samuel Gaming. He's another long-term subscriber, so yeah, thank you for sticking around for such a long time. He says, if you weren't a Kiddie fan, what non-league team would you support and why? No idea. If Kiddie weren't around, to be honest, I probably wouldn't be a massive fan of non-league because it was Harriers that really got me into non-league football. And yeah, I have no idea who I would support in non-league. I probably wouldn't be a particularly avid non-league fan if Harriers didn't exist, so I have no idea what the answer would be to that question. Scott Black asks, how do you think Fylde will do in the National League? That's a really interesting question, actually. I think they'll probably do sort of mid-table. I don't think they'll be in a relegation fight. I think their squad is big enough and their squad is good enough, and they've got a big enough budget to be avoiding a relegation fight, in my opinion. But then again, York City this season, big budget, they've really struggled and they could actually go down. So I don't know, I would predict a mid-table finish. I think they're going to be good enough for that. The next question is from Mike S. He's a fairly new subscriber, so welcome to the channel. He says, what type of cameras do you use for your vlogs, both at home and when at the grounds? So when I'm at the ground and I'm watching Harriers, I film using my HTC One M9 phone. The quality on it is not amazing, as you've probably seen from my matchday vlogs, but it's the best that I can do. So I just have to sort of improvise and just go with this. So I just use this at grounds. And then when I'm at home, I use this. It is a Nikon Coolpix L810. It is my dad's. I just borrow it off my dad, so I can't take it to grounds. Hence, I have to use my phone at grounds. I just use a simple tripod and stick it on my windowsill. This is pretty much my setup. If you're wondering about a setup for when I'm filming, so that's just pretty much it. It's a pretty nice camera, I would recommend it. So the next question is from Josh the Bluebird, another long-term subscriber of mine. He also makes some really good videos, so go and check him out. He supports Barrow. So he asks, you've been to a few games in the Football League this season. What differences have you noticed between the EFL and non-league? And would you rather be watching football in the Football League? Well, interesting question. In the Football League, the players are a lot more consistent. In non-league, you have players that show flashes of absolute brilliance, such as Elton Nguatala for Harriers. His technical ability, his dribbling is absolutely outstanding, but the reason he's not in the Football League is because he doesn't have the consistency to do that all game, every game, and have the all-round game as well, whereas players in the Football League are much more well-rounded, and they have a great all-round games. They're not just good at dribbling, they're good at shooting, they're good at passing. And as for the second part of that question, would you rather be watching football in the Football League? No, I'd much rather watch non-league. So the next question comes from Nivaldo, a good mate of mine in real life. Go and check his channel out. He asks, why is non-league called non-league when it is actually a league? Very valid question, and the answer to that basically is very simple. Because the top tier of English football is obviously called the Premier League, and then tier 2 to tier 4 is the Football League, and then anything below that, so tier 5 and below, is non-league. It's literally called non-league because the teams are not in the Football League. Back before the 1990s, there was no promotion and relegation between non-league and the Football League, so the clubs below the Football League were just classed as non-league. So it's a very simple answer, although it doesn't really make a lot of sense nowadays, because obviously there is promotion between the Football League and non-league, so it doesn't have as much of a bearing, but people still obviously call it non-league. So over on Twitter, Joseph, otherwise known as the Maidenhead fan, asks, who's the best player you've ever seen play? So I've been to a few games up at Old Trafford in the last few years. I've watched Wayne Rooney's testimonial. I've watched things like Soccer Aid and Man United versus Real Madrid Legends match. So I've seen some quite good players up there. I don't support Man United, by the way. I've just been to a few games up there. And at one of those matches at Soccer Aid, there was Ronaldinho playing. So, you know, he's an absolute hero, and it was so good to see him playing. And also Zlatan Ibrahimovic as well. In Wayne Rooney's testimonial, he played in that game. So that was amazing. So they're probably the two best players that I've seen play in real life. Josh Mann, another long-term subscriber of mine, so thank you for staying around. He says, how do you think Orient will do in the National League? So Leyton Orient have obviously been relegated now from the Football League, and their owner just has no idea what he's doing. He is Italian, he's come over from Italy with no clue about English football, particularly the lower leagues, doesn't have a clue what he's doing, and it's all gone to absolute mess. I think they will really struggle next season. I don't think they're going to do particularly well. I think mid-table would be a good season for them because they're on an absolute slide down the leagues. They need to get their finances sorted because they're in financial trouble at the minute, and they need to keep their squad together because they have got some good players. They just need to get the club in gear and focus on rebuilding the club so that it's actually going to thrive again. Next question comes from Hyped FPS, and he says, will you ever shout me out? Here you go, here's your dreams come true. To be fair, I do know him and he's a good guy, so yeah, go and check him out. And who has the best atmosphere in non-league? Now this is the sort of question that people will just go mad at in the comments because everyone will claim certain different things and there's no absolute definite answer. And then actually I'm going to open it up to you guys. Who do you think has the best atmosphere in non-league? Let me know in the comment section down below. So there you have it, that is it for my 750 subscriber Q&A. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. If you want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers and haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, then remember to click that subscribe button and help me reach 1,000 subscribers, because at 1,000 subscribers I will be exposing my old channel that I used to make match attacks videos on when I was in primary school. Here's a little sneak peek.
Match attacks 10-11! Woo! Yeah.
Oh dear, it's just it's horrible. But yeah, I'll be exposing that channel at 8,000 subscribers. So if you want to see that, then make sure that you click that subscribe button. But anyway, thanks for watching.